I think we're gonna do Chad and Amanda first.
Let's do that.
So, yeah. I don't. We've chatted and stuff, but I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm kind of like dumbfounded for words. Like, usually we'll just BS about stuff for a cold opener, but I think most of this is going to be just BS catching up because it's been I think it's almost been a month since we recorded, or at least it feels like it's been a month.
It's been, you told me on May 26th that we'd exceeded the size limit.
Oh, that's right.
And so we didn't do Memorial Day, and then we did our quick catch up last week. So proper recording, 20 days.
20 days. God,
that's a long time.
That is a long
3
time.
weeks? Whatever.
You guys missed us.
I hope
probably not. But what's weird is I just started the Facebook stuff. Like the Facebook pages for Chad and Amanda.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
I got all kinds of people signed up for it, and then we stopped recording. I'm like, wow, that's really anticlimactic for those people.
I know. Sorry, guys.
So it's all right. Shit happens. So anyway, let's get the show on the road and get caught up. Oh, I'll let you intro it too.
Oh. Oh God! Look at me. I get a deer in the headlights look every time.
Do you want me to do it? I'll let you do the next one because I didn't say anything ahead of time about it. So this is Chad.
This is Amanda.
And you are listening to Chad and Amanda talk shit about. I had to think about which show we were getting ready to do because we usually, when we record these, we usually do the other way around. But we haven't recorded for, like you said, probably 20 some odd days. We got a lot of catching up to do.
Let's do it.
So, what have you been up to? I mean, we did our little kind of half-assed episode where you called in.
Yeah.
And that was last week. I think that
things have gone downhill since then.
Really? Just chilled out, or just
no. Well, my husband went to a gaming convention. Well, not gaming. I shouldn't say that. It's the
I was kind of curious to where.
Games.
Okay, which one? Because there's a few of them.
The tabletop.
Yeah.
Games?
No. Well, no. Which convention? Do you know what it was called? Because there's one that happens here in Indianapolis.
Lock and Load.
Lock and Load? See, I don't know that one.
Is for the tabletop games.
It's just specifically tabletop.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And he went there in Seattle. Well, actually.
Oh, so it was in Seattle. Okay, so I was trying to figure out, because you mentioned something about having to pick him up from the airport, and I'm like,
yes,
whoa, what?
I was there for my cousin's open house.
Okay.
I was in Michigan. And so we made arrangements so he could fly out of Detroit and come back into Detroit. So that way I wouldn't have to rush back to Indianapolis, or he wouldn't have to get a taxi or whatever. I don't know.
Right.
So I am going to pick him up, and then from picking him up at the Detroit airport, I'm going to drive straight on through to Indianapolis. Just boom, just all at once. I get him. I don't have him yet because I'm driving in the car, and I don't know Detroit very well. I didn't grow up in Detroit.
Okay.
So I know I have to make 4 different expressway interchanges to get to the effing airport. There's no really straight shot from where I am. So I take 23 to 96, and then I'm supposed to get on 275 to 94. This is just numbers in my I can't handle it.
Okay.
But I was handling it until I tried to get on 275. They've just completely shut down both ramps to get
just
on. Done. Couldn't get on it whatsoever. So I'm just and I only have my Garmin with me, and it's telling me what are you doing? That's the way to go. That's the only way to go. And I'm like, I know, and I'm going to cry at it. So I just keep going down the highway, wind up in downtown Detroit at 4:30.
Yeah.
And I had called Scott and warned him, I don't know what happened. They shut down an entire expressway. So seriously, I just drove until my Garmin stopped getting a hard-on for 275 and routed me a different way.
Yeah.
All told, I was an hour and 30 minutes late. My husband acted like it was the end of the fucking world. And he seriously almost got left in Toledo. He almost had to make a life for himself in Toledo. Because I just got out of that traffic, and he has the balls to yell at me about being late.
Yeah.
I'd picked him up from the Indianapolis airport before. Have I always been on time? No. But this was one case where it was not my fault.
Right.
And I had one of those stupid meetings to listen to. This was Monday. So earlier in the day, I had one of those stupid meetings to listen to. And there's no possible way I could have left earlier.
Right.
And I gave myself an hour and 30 minutes to get to Detroit, and I was still an hour and 30 minutes late picking him up.
Wow.
He almost got left in Toledo. But the only thing that stopped me, seriously, the only thing that stopped me was, I'm just going to have to drive back and get him. Like, he's my problem.
Right.
There's nobody else going to haul him to Indianapolis from here.
The only
it was a lonely feeling.
The only thing that I could say, putting myself in his shoes, putting myself in his shoes, I don't know if, I mean, part of that, he would have been tired. He would have been jet lagged a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give him that.
That's the only thing I gave him.
Okay. Part of it is, he's left there. He doesn't know what's going on. I don't know.
But he did, because I called him and said,
well, there's a difference between, I know you're running behind, but not being there, because it's kind of like a helpless state. Like, in a sense, he was kind of helpless. He couldn't. I don't know if this was his real thought process. This is me maybe trying to cover his ass a little bit for him.
I'll play along. Let's
play along hypothetically for a second, because I don't know the whole situation. But I could see, putting myself in his shoes, I would be mad. I would say that the anger would be misplaced. He was yelling because you were there, so you had to take it because you were the one that was there for him to yell at. But he would have been, I'm assuming he would have been probably mad just because he was stuck there. He didn't know what was going on. He probably wanted to help you, but it was in a way that he couldn't, because he's stuck in one place and you're just kind of out wherever.
Yeah, I was just out
and
crying
it's just
around.
that, there's nothing that he could have done to really help you in that point.
Probably
he's just kind of stuck, and he's pissed about it that he can't help. I don't know. Trying to save you here, Scott.
He was almost condemned to a life in Ohio.
So I don't know, but that was my thought process. Just when you heard that, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's what was going on in his head, and then he needed to yell at somebody to get his frustration out because of whatever, and you were there.
I was there.
Yeah. So I don't know.
We were having a spectacular shouty match, and whenever we do that, the dog gets so scared because he's scared of most things in life, and he was just like all the way up in the back seat because we have a minivan, my glorious minivan, and he was like cowering back. And I was like, I gotta stop yelling because
he's freaking out.
Ichabod can't take it. So, all right, it's over. Like, and then once we got home, it just dissipated. Like,
you're back in a neutral zone, and
I guess.
Somewhat neutral, I guess, but it had time to kind of fizzle out, I guess.
We're all back to normal.
That's good.
Normal.
All right. What's normal? So my kid said something really funny the other day, and I just more or less want to tell this story just so I have it documented for myself for later. But
okay.
He was going to the potty the other day. I say the other day. I think this was just yesterday. And for some reason I don't let him do it very often, just because it's nightmare trying to take care of after the fact. But he's got this thing where he wants to sit on the toilet backwards, and he's small enough he can still do it.
What?
So he wants to face backwards.
What? And just press his nose into like the lid?
No, just wants to sit backwards, and I don't know if he just likes the idea of like sitting and having a table in front of him or what.
Oh my God.
But he's sitting there. Well, then he had to poop, and luckily I got to where, like, if he peed on his underwear like 2 or 3 times in a row at school, like, and he even did it at home a couple times.
Does he go to the bathroom by himself?
He can go to the bathroom by himself, but he was like working his Kegel muscles or something.
Ew.
And while he was peeing, so the stream would go up higher.
Oh yeah, but that's
and he
fun.
he wanted to make a bridge for the people to run across. I'm like, Bubby, you don't understand. Like, people don't need to run across the bridge here. They need to go down the hill so it goes down into the toilet. Because what was happening is he was raising up enough that he would slip through the crack. The pee would go through the crack between the seat and the bowl, and it would spray out everywhere.
Sick.
Yeah. So he kept peeing on his own underwear at school. Like, he did. There was like a week, and I just somehow or another I broke him of it. I just don't know what I did. I think it was the you can go down the hill versus across the bridge type of thing, and he got it. But anyway, so he, for whatever reason, he decided now he wants to sit backwards on it. Okay. But one of the things I was saying that got me started on this is I started throwing toilet paper, and it's like, you need to hit that.
Oh yeah, I heard
Give
the
him
aiming
something
thing
to aim
works.
for.
Yeah.
Okay, so luckily I'd thrown that in, but he wanted to sit backwards, so then he has to poop. Luckily, the toilet paper had stuck up front, so it landed more on that, so I didn't end up with like a big streak afterwards. Yeah, this is really kind of gross.
This is disgusting.
But I don't know how much came out. It was like ridiculous amount that came out as a kid. I'm like, dude. I was like, are you done yet? He goes, yeah. And he says blah, 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 something or other. Like, these are my stink balls.
Ew.
And I'm like, what in the world? Like, where did you come up with the term stink balls?
Sick.
But it's funny because, like, he doesn't like the fan on in the bathroom. Like, you'll tell him, dude, I gotta turn the fan on. It stings in here. He's like, no, I want to sit in my stink. I was like,
he just likes it.
He just wants to sit in his stink. I don't know why.
Oh.
Alice, on the other hand, has to have the vent on. She'll like be sticking her fingers up her nose. Daddy, turn on the fan. It's kind of funny. So, but that's really the only funny stuff that
I can just imagine him. 20 years from now, he has a girlfriend. She opens the door on him.
He's sitting in there backwards.
Sitting backwards without the fan on. She's like, oh.
What's going on? Playing with his action figures on the back of the toilet. I could see that happening. Yeah. Sadly, that's terrible. So yeah, I mean, that's really kind of what I've been up to since we last talked. I mean, just work. This weekend I've got Indie PopCon coming up. So
what's that?
It is kind of just a pop culture convention. Because I sent your husband a message on Facebook. He didn't answer me, but now I know why. It's probably because he's too tired. He's all conned out already. Because I was like, what are you guys doing this weekend? PopCon's going on.
Where is it?
It's at the convention center downtown. But it's like, they have some celebrities come in. I think there's like a chick from Doctor Who there this time around. They got video game stuff, tabletop game stuff. Bunch of YouTubers, podcasters, bunch of vendors, stuff like that. So like Anthony, that does our other show with us, him and his buddy Matt had a booth. This will be the third year that the convention's gone on. This is going to be their third year doing a booth.
That's for the Obsessive Viewer?
That's for Obsessive Viewer. So I don't know, maybe sometime in the future, if we get hardcore into this enough,
we'll set up a booth.
We could set up a booth if you wanted to. I didn't want to like pressure you into it, but maybe someday if you'd like to do it. That's why I kind of wanted to see if you guys wanted to go, just to kind of see what the atmosphere was like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, that's why I was off work today and tomorrow, because I'm going tomorrow. I got a weekend pass, but I'm going tomorrow and Saturday. I'm gonna skip Sunday more than likely, but I took today off too, just for whatever reason. I like taking Thursday. If I take the weekend off for this, I like taking Thursday and Friday off, even in the convention, just to like kind of relax ahead of time for it. Because there is, I mean, you can kind of get exhausted at the end of the con. There's a lot of walking to be done.
Yeah.
Like I had my phone on me last year when I did it, and I did a lot of extra walking that I didn't have to do, actually helping somebody that I knew that was doing a panel. She had drove in from Michigan actually just to do this panel, and she had like her gaming rig, and it was like a full desktop tower, like big like mine over there, and it was heavy, and she couldn't find anybody with a cart, so they at least had a projector for her. But I went and helped her, and she just saw me because I bumped into her by chance on the floor, and so we kind of kept in touch throughout the day. And she's like, hey, do you mind helping me bring stuff back? I was like, that's fine. I bet I had to walk half a mile to get to her car.
Oh. Because
like going through the convention center, she was then all the way like up some stairs across the parking garage to her car to get this thing. This tower probably weighed every bit of 40 pounds.
And you just hauled it a half
and I
mile?
just had to, and I had to walk it all the way back.
That sucks.
Help her set it up and all that stuff. And then the projector they had there didn't have the right hookup on it. So we're like, oh God, what are we going to do? We're running out of time. So we go down. They have a big gaming room that they have set up for like game tournaments, and they have projectors and stuff in there. And one of the volunteers actually went down there and was like, hey, we got this going on. Our stuff doesn't work. Can we borrow a projector? And I'm like, absolutely. So I got put in charge of it. They had to take all my information. I was responsible for this thing. I was like, oh, you'll get it back tonight. I guarantee it. So they set all that up. Then I had to walk it all the way back. And she offered to like give me a ride over to closer where my car was at. I was like, I'll be all right, because it was raining pretty hard. I wish I would have let her drive me down, because I bet I walked 3/4 of a mile to a mile back.
And that's downtown?
That was downtown at the convention center.
Is there parking at the convention center?
There's like all kinds of parking garages down there.
Oh, okay.
So like hers was attached to it. I think the one I ended up going to actually did have a skywalk over to it as well. But I walked a buttload of space back, just zigzagging through stuff to get back to my car. Mm-hmm. I was so tired. But I looked at my phone because it was tracking my steps. And like over the course of the day, just that one day, I had walked like 4.5 miles or something like that. And that's pretty good, just because there's a lot of stop and start and you can sit down, but back and forth. But oh my God, I was so sore. Now I've been building up to it because I've started walking at lunchtime and stuff here the last couple months. So I should be in better shape. I shouldn't be as sore. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so that's Indie PopCon. It's coming up. By the time that anybody hears this, it's going to be over with. So it's not like we had a booth, so it's not like I really had to promote it. No. But that's what I got going on this weekend.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Sounds very cool.
There's other stuff going on this Saturday night I need to talk to you about, though, too.
Okay.
So, but it's not for this.
Okay.
So, let's dig into it. We've got, I got 5 different links that I have here, but 2 of them relate to the same thing. And one of these I sent to you, right after we took our break, and enough time passed that story had a follow-up story that came with it.
Yeah, I read both of these, and I was intrigued by both of these.
Yeah.
Because it's a cool story.
Yeah. So, in Johnson County, Indiana.
Which is where?
It's south of here.
It's
the immediate south county of where we're at.
So I could go to this.
Yeah, I could.
Well,
not right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know where this is at. Like, I didn't drive on this road a lot, but I could take you to it.
You drove over this lady's body?
No, I drove around it.
You drive around her body?
Yeah, you drive around it. Well, not right. Well, yeah, I guess you will.
Oh, so the road's like...
The road would split. So what this is... Yeah, we're kind of spoiling the story before we get into it.
Oh, I think we kind of talked about this one other time. Okay, it splits.
Yeah.
The lanes, right?
The lane splits, yeah. So this title, this was like from our local Fox 59 news station. This article says, historic grave in the middle of the road being excavated in Johnson County. So what this is basically, there is a road just kind of out in the country down in Johnson County. It's between, for people that know or don't know, well, I guess for people that do know kind of Indiana a little bit, it's between, I believe it's kind of between where Amity is and Edinburgh. There's this road that would ultimately come out to 31. I remember driving on it a few times as a kid. It wasn't one of my major roads that I would go on, but like if I would be following somebody, maybe going to Franklin or something, sometimes, depending on whose house we were leaving from, we might be on this road.
Okay.
But what the road does, and this is going to be kind of visual, and I'll just kind of do this vertical for people watching, but you have this 2-lane road, and as it reaches a certain point, it does this split for a second and then comes back. And the reason it splits... You look like
a synchronized swimmer.
I do look like a synchronized swimmer. What this was is there was a grave that was there. Now, I was told... I thought I remember being told when I was a kid, and this is not true, but the story that I thought I heard was that it was like that it was an Indian burial ground.
No, it's just a lady.
But it's just this other lady. No, that was the story that I thought I was told, that it was an Indian person. I know that now to not be true. But there was a lot of Indian burial grounds out that way.
Okay.
So it made sense. Okay. So this lady, her name was Nancy Curlin Barnett, which there are actually some Barnetts that live down that way. Mm-hmm. I went to high school with some people whose last name was Barnett. I don't know if they're any relation or not, but she's been in that grave spot since 1831. Okay. So whenever they were initially coming through and paving roads in that part of Johnson County, they just, by random chance, stuff was going to be going right through the middle. Because I think they do it by like mile blocks and stuff like that.
Because this was a whole cemetery.
I can't remember if it was a whole cemetery or not. It may have been.
I think That's what
I can't remember. There may have just been a very small cemetery.
Whatever. It was this
it's been a week since I've read this stuff, so
and
I've been busy today.
Ooh, we gotta dig up everybody and place them somewhere else.
And but one of her ancestors was like, "Oh hell no!"
Her grandson was
her grandson
with a shotgun, try it.
Right. So they're just kind of like, "All right, you know what? We won't dig her up. We'll go around." So they basically created the split, and there was a mound that was there. They had a sign kind of commemorating like this is what this is. Of course, you can't really stop and look at it because you're busy driving. If you were to stop, you're blocking traffic at that point. It's a 2-lane road is all it is. So that was going on. They made a big story about it. Then, a couple weeks go by. There's a news story about it, and this article I got.
Wait, why are they digging her up?
Because basically they're trying to widen the roads. Like
are
the
they
roads,
put
the
her back?
roads. I think the plan was to put her back, but they're afraid of what they're doing could potentially cause damage to her. Okay, or her gravesite or whatever. So they basically, what they were doing was they were going to excavate her gravesite, kind of have her in a safe place for a while so they could go and actually repair the roads, widen them up.
Then put her back.
And then put her back.
Okay.
That was the plan. Okay. So as they're excavating what they believe is going to be just a single grave, they stumble across 7 people in this thing. So it was like a family plot. But to me, I mean, and it wasn't a very big spot. So to me, it almost sounds like a mass grave. Just everybody got
Hey, man, if you dig it
in.
and it's fresh, you're going to have to reuse it.
I guess.
You can't be wasting all that energy digging graves every other day. Come on.
But what's crazy is they're bringing archaeologists in and checking all this stuff out.
But they said the grandson just guarded too much when he was guarding her.
Oh, is that what
yeah, and they're like, we likely just missed some from the cemetery that we didn't know were there, and they were just along with her. Now, if they're family members or not.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know if they would, at this point, go and, scrape a little bit of tissue off and try to do DNA just to see who these people were and if they were related to her or not. I'd be kind of curious to see. I mean, you couldn't really tell if the men, unless they were, immediate family or something, but if it was a husband and then kids or something, you might be able to tell if the kids were hers. But there was basically 2 women, a man, and 4 children that they found. Now, I don't know if she is one of the 2 women or if this was all in addition to her.
Wait,
that's the one thing that I didn't pick up.
You said what?
Okay, so they said they found
2 women.
Found remains of 7 people. Okay, so they found 2 women, a man, and 4 children.
Well, that's 7 there.
So that's 7,
including her. If she's.
But see, that's what I'm wondering.
I wonder if they even know which of the women are her.
Oh, they probably don't.
No, probably.
There would be no way to tell
if they left her undisturbed, then paved.
Yeah,
there's no way.
But what I thought I read is, it says right here, the bones of an adult male appeared to have been dug up, collected together, and then reburied. So, somebody knew some stuff was kind of strung out.
And they
just kind of...
Oh, we don't want to waste any more time getting this road done.
So
Let's
we'll
just chuck them there.
And you know what? I almost wonder if something like that didn't happen. I mean, that was a long time ago. You can't really prove it.
I wonder if there's other people underneath the road, too.
This is crazy poltergeist shit.
Because I can't imagine them being too careful when they paved. I mean, these people had died in, the early 1800s? And then they did the road in,
19-something. I don't remember if it said
there might have been
when the road was actually made.
Had to have been some people around that just didn't give a shit about, if that's my ancestor or not, so... there's progress that marches on through.
Yeah, I don't actually see anything on here that says when... wait, hang on. Right there it is. Yeah, staring me in the face. 1905.
Oh.
When the county wanted to build the
70
road.
years later.
Yeah.
So I gotta imagine some of those people, they're like, well, we don't really know who that is.
Yeah, we'll move on.
We're not gonna identify everybody.
Right. Well, they didn't have forensic science and DNA and all that stuff back then. They just saw... some bones, get them out of the way, and we'll throw them all in here together.
Isn't that cool that they've been there for over 100 years?
Yeah, I mean, 1831. I mean, we're just shy. I mean, we're like, 15 years shy of 200 years that's been there. I mean, that's crazy.
It's cool. I like going to that cemetery around here in downtown. The
like the really, really big one?
Yeah, I bike to it. The Crown Hill. Yeah, Crown Hill.
Yeah.
They've got some cool monuments in there and some
Cool.
really old ones too.
Huh. So anyway, that's these two stories that are kind of the same thing. But yeah, I mean, and it's County Road 400 is actually, I saw that listed. I couldn't remember specifically what road it was, and I just saw it there. It's County Road 400. Obviously, you can't get to it right now because they're doing construction. But I guess they're not actually going to try to find anything. Yeah, they said that the scientists are there just kind of examining her stuff, but they're not going to do any DNA testing or search for her cause of death. They're not going to do any of that because there's probably nothing there to. It would just be bones at this point, I would think. I don't think there would be a whole lot there.
They took up that ice dude, and they knew what he died of, though.
Well, yeah, but he was preserved.
He was super preserved.
This wouldn't have been preserved. She would have been in just like a pine box that wasn't like sealed tight.
Mm.
And that's the thing, just thinking of that, something I read, I didn't know. Well, I may have read part of it. I know I saw it on Penn and Teller too, because there was a thing about like death and funerals and stuff like that. And they said, a lot of these people at the funeral home is going to try to upsell your family on all these extra things that you don't need.
Yes.
But one of them is like this rubber seal. They're like, oh, it's going to keep all the dirt out. It's like you don't want to do that because as your body decomposes and it starts to liquefy and stuff like that, and all these gases start getting released from your body, it all gets trapped in there. And in that weird instance that anybody would ever have to come back and exhume you, they're going to open this up to just this absolute goop.
Ew.
Yeah, and this most foul smell. So you actually don't want there to be a complete seal. You want there to be like a way for those gases to escape and the stuff to evaporate and stuff like that.
My ex's grandfather died while I was with him, and they talked his poor grandma into everything, like a vault over top of it that's basically like just like the metal shit with like marble.
Yeah.
Or not the concrete, like whatever.
I know what you're talking about.
With this like some sort of family crest on it. I don't even know. But they talked her into so much stuff. And my grandpa had died some years before then, and it's just so expensive and crazy. And
I want to find out how expensive it is, like, because there's services out there that do this, and of course I get no benefit from it at all. But cat here on my mic. There's services where you can get yourself cremated, and then they will take your ashes and compound you down into a diamond, and then you can have that diamond set in a ring, a necklace, whatever.
Yeah,
I kind of want to do something.
They're small, and they're kind of like,
because you wouldn't get much from it,
and they're very impure, so you're gonna look like gray or smoky colored diamond.
Right. But it's like, you get handed down to your great grandchildren.
Grandpa's body.
That's right there. Yeah. Exactly. So that's that story. I wonder if that'll pick up. My kids are fighting downstairs right now.
That is some fighting.
Yeah, they're loud. They're killing each other. Mommy needs to step in real quick. Did you read this one?
Yes.
This is I found it kind of funny when I first read it, and then when I read the headline I laughed, and then I read the story and I'm like, ooh, this is more sad than anything else. So this is a story out of Albuquerque. The dateline on this is Tuesday, June 7th, 2016. A man sets fire to his apartment to escape his neighbor's sex noises. Now, when you first read that, it's funny. Because, like, how loud are these people and how often are they doing it?
Oh, I just imagine a straight orgy next door with, like...
But this dude, as it turns out, the guy that started the fire is mentally impaired. He's in this, like, multi-family, multi-story complex. And somebody was having sex one night, was being a little too loud, and for whatever reason, he couldn't take it.
So
and he wanted him to stop. His solution was,
let's burn this shit.
Yeah. So he actually started multiple fires, like I guess in like the four corners of his apartment or something like that, just
cover your bases.
Yeah, he just wanted to get shit started, and luckily the whole building didn't burn down. Like it caused some smoke damage, from what I understand, a little bit of damage here and there, but everybody got out alive. Nobody got hurt. I'd say he stopped the sex, probably.
I hope he did.
It's like, honey, this fire alarm's going off. No, I'm just going to push on through. I would like to think that those people got up and got the hell out.
So his father says his son suffered from a stroke 7 years ago. He's mentally impaired.
Yeah.
And his dad says he's not in control of what he thinks.
Yeah, but it says here they had to remove part of his brain.
Yeah.
So I think for that reason he's not able to control what he thinks, and it was not anything that he planned. But they actually just released him again of his. But see, here's what I don't like the phrasing of this. This jail spokeswoman said he was released on his own recognizance. To me, that's like, okay, you're on your own. Not necessarily he was released to his father's care. So I don't know if he... I don't know if he was necessarily... They're just like, okay, well, we know that you didn't do it on purpose. It's just, you're mentally impaired. Okay, see ya.
That's not him just getting released, though. That's him. He's going to have to appear in court after that.
Yeah, I guess so.
He just doesn't have to stay in jail.
I would think it would be more of a case of, well, you're clearly... We know you're mentally impaired. You might hurt yourself or hurt somebody again. Let's keep him in custody for a while until... That's what I would think.
He doesn't have any priors.
But if he doesn't have any priors, then maybe not. So, I don't know. But yeah, so that happened. I don't really have a lot to talk about on that.
Well, he's going to go out and buy an AR-15 next. Nothing's
Probably.
stopping him.
That's true. He could. Yeah. I don't think... I don't think they check for mental capacity. Well, I guess they might check for mental capacity, but maybe not.
No.
Yeah.
They don't even check to see if they have terrorist activities. Yeah. They don't give a fuck.
No, that's a whole other show.
And we're fresh from that filibuster, too, that the Democrats did.
Yeah.
Did you see... Oh, no, this is good for the other show.
Yeah.
We're stopped.
Yeah, we'll stop there. Don't get ahead of yourself.
I won't.
So
it's a teaser for the secular perspective.
Yeah,
everybody
there you go. Go listen. Secularperspective.com. Go check it out.
Yeah, because we're gonna go off on that. I know it.
So how often?
Oh, this is ridiculous.
How often do you get to eat at McDonald's? Like realistically,
I actually just ate there the other day, and I never do. But I was. Oh, this is when I was having. I didn't tell you this part. When I was having my fight with Scott, he's like, I just need out of this car. He's being so dramatic. So I said, whatever. McDonald's has some Wi-Fi. I'll just chill and do my work on my computer. So I did. I got their grilled chicken sandwich. Pretty good.
Was it?
So I had to sit there for 2 hours. And I guess I still looked upset because, this McDonald's worker was so caring. He's like, I like your dress. And then he's like, do you need me to go refill? He came to my table do you need me to come refill your Coke? And I was like, no, man, I got it.
I got my shit together. I'm getting my shit together.
I probably did look pretty upset, but I was just trying to sit there.
Yeah, after a while, it's probably hard to physically mask.
I was right there because I said I would have gotten home by 8 p.m. Been able to do a little bit of work that I had lingering.
Yeah,
and then boom, be in bed by a reasonable. No, Scott had to embark on a 2-hour walk to cool himself down, so didn't get home till midnight 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Pissed. So yeah, I've just been to a McDonald's.
Yeah. I gotta be honest. I'll probably have McDonald's 2 to 3 times a week.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Because I'll get their breakfast.
Oh, okay.
So I'll run through and grab breakfast, and then that'll be twice. That's the 2. Or 3 would be occasionally, because it's a choice between McDonald's or Burger King down there where my mom and dad live. But we go down there usually once a week.
Oh, yeah.
And right after work, I pick the kids up. We'll go down there and we'll grab some food real quick and go over there and eat. So that's the 2 to 3 times. But I do eat a lot of fast food. I eat more than I should. I realize that, but it's too damn convenient for me. And it's all drive-through. And it's all drive-through. I never go inside. It's all drive-through.
I always just park. I can't stand drive-thrus. I don't know what it is. So I always just park and go inside, then walk back out to my car.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Scott keeps me from eating fast food because
Yeah.
he straight up refuses.
Really?
Yeah, like I had to like
Is he
beg
is he just
to
that
go to Taco
hardcore
Bell.
health nut?
Yeah, he's gotten that way. Yeah,
Has he?
he's just like, it's not good for you. Don't do it.
Yeah. He watched
Fat, sick, and nearly dead or something.
Oh, did he watch that
Oh,
one?
no, that was the juicing one. That
did
one
you
was
watch the Super Size Me? Is that what he watched?
I did, but I heard that one.
That one is very skewed. There's
Yeah.
there's another one that I watched, and I can't remember now for the life of me what the name of it was.
Years ago, I watched that, and then all the stuff came out like, yeah, it was just totally.
Yeah, actually, there's basically it's a whole other documentary that debunks that first one, the Super Size Me, because the guy actually makes a point. He's like, well, you have to do it reasonable. He's like, you can eat fast food 3 meals a day. It's like you have to still stay active. Like that guy was purposely going out of his way
Just like
to get fat and try to make McDonald's look bad and fast food in general look bad. So like he was purposely going and ordering all the stuff he could get. He was bringing in like, I want to say 5,000 calories. I know that's probably way high, but he was taking in way more calories than he should have and not exercising. Where this guy was like, no, you still, you go walk, you stay active. You just don't, you can still have the 3 meals of fast food a day. You just got to watch what the calorie intake is. And he actually lost weight. He went and got a physical before and after, and he did it for like a month and a half or something like that. Or it might have just been a month. But he actually lost weight and his numbers got better. Like his cholesterol numbers actually got better. And his doctor's like, I don't like what I'm seeing here because it goes against everything I know, but you've actually proven your point. He's like, and I don't get it.
Stop.
But he's like, just stop. You're making
it your way.
Yeah. But so I bring up McDonald's and stuff for this. Now, this is a new website I've never heard of before, but it's called eater.com, EEATER, eater.com. And
is it real? Is this fake news again? Because we got duped by
this
some
would
fake
be
news.
It would have to be fake food news. This looks like it's specifically a food website.
Okay.
So I don't see a food website doing like.
Oh no, they've got a picture. They've
stuff.
got a picture of the actual lawsuit.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
So, McDonald's discriminates against blind customers. The lawsuit alleges. Now, the reason I bring up going through the drive-thru, because that's what I always do. This knucklehead says that McDonald's discriminates against blind people because he tried to walk up to the drive-thru and order food.
I've tried to walk up through a drive-thru when I was a stupid teenager just for the giggles.
Yeah.
They will not serve you.
No, you have to be in a car.
fucking car.
Yeah. Like, they don't even let you come up on a bike, I don't think.
No,
I think
God,
you
no,
have
no.
to
You
have to be in
be
an
in a
enclosed vehicle.
That's something for their safety too, I had heard.
Yeah.
So.
Well, because, it's harder for you to reach through and grab anything if you're doing it from a car.
Yeah, you gotta get...
There's also going to be, cameras that could spot your car, get a license plate number or stuff like that.
Yeah. I guess.
But yeah, I mean, I would say they don't discriminate against blind people. He could totally go inside and get a Braille menu.
Yes.
McDonald's has Braille menus. They do not discriminate against blind people.
It's every person that can't drive a car then that McDonald's discriminates against. They discriminate against children then if you want to go there because they can't drive up in their own car and order
Exactly.
food. So, F this guy.
Yeah, he's just being a dick. He wanted to start some shit. But I just thought it was the most ridiculous thing ever. I'm just going to read this verbatim what this says here. It says, a lawsuit claims McDonald's violates the Americans with Disabilities Act by prohibiting visually impaired pedestrians from ordering at a drive-thru or ordering at drive-thru windows after restaurant lobbies are closed. So
it's not that they would turn away visually impaired pedestrians. They will turn away every single pedestrian.
Right.
So really they're giving you equal treatment right there.
I remember, this is going back a ways, I remember I was working, I think, at the movie theater at this time. And I think I even had people in my car with me. I think what it was, I think we were going to be doing a late night showing of movies and stuff for us. And we went to a Taco Bell down the road. I think this is right. I remember it happening. I can't remember if that was the specific backstory, but there was me and 2 or 3 people in the car. We end up going to a Taco Bell. And there's these knucklehead kids on bikes that's trying to order food, and they're telling them, no, you can't do it. So I remember they asked us, like, hey, do you guys mind ordering us some food or whatever?
And you're like, no problem.
I'm like, sure. So they tell me what they want, and I order all our stuff, and then throw theirs in with it. And they handed me extra money, and they're like, you keep the change. Like, thanks for doing that. So I was like, all right on. So, and it was only like a couple extra bucks, but hey, it was nothing off my back to help a couple people out in that position. But
if
it's like
a blind person, I'm going to be real though. If a blind person comes up to my car window and like tap, 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 I will freak out though.
Well, yeah.
And then ask me to order food. I'll be like,
It makes me think of like, the underage kids hanging out by the liquor store. It's like, hey man, can you go get me a 6-pack? I left my ID at home.
Right.
Yeah. So that happened.
I just, this Americans with Disabilities Act, sure, it does a lot. Does it do everything in the world? No. Does your disability still prevent you from access to certain things in life? Yes, it just naturally will. It just naturally will.
It sucks that happens, but it is what it is.
Yes.
And there are rules in place for everybody's safety. And seriously, do you really need McDonald's that late at night?
We're doing you a favor, sir.
That's right.
They didn't need to laugh at him. They said the employees laughed at him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, let's be real. That happens at McDonald's. I would imagine quite often that some smart ass walks up on foot to the drive-thru.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it happens quite a bit, and they're usually probably drunk. I bet.
Or
because who in their right mind,
young or stupid?
Yeah, because who in their right mind's really going to do that? You'd have to be either just young and dumb, or drunk, or high, maybe. I don't know.
They said they're being denied access to McDonald's late-night restaurant services in the United States. My God.
It's like, I don't know.
I can see a similar one coming out when it's like, I don't know, Meijer, the 24-hour Meijer, the grocery store around here. If they, late night, they only have their U-scans open.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's probably somebody.
Well, they would still have. Yeah, they still have an attendant that's there to watch all of those.
One of the people I went to high school with said the funniest thing. She had this super long status, and it was about her trip to Meijer. And she said she had gotten in line, and she's like, "I'm not going to use the F&U scan. Not going to do it." So she was standing in line behind somebody trying to get through like the regular like cashier line, and a Meijer employee actually walked up to her and pressured her like, you need to go through the U-scan. So I guess she caved and went. And then she said she just started having all kinds of problems with the machine. Like, that's just par for the course with her. She's like, I don't know what it is. I just have all kinds of problems. Yeah. So then it won't take her money. So the lady comes over, and maybe she was being a bit rude. I don't know. Maybe it was a busy time. But she's like, you got to bend down and blow in the part where it takes your money. I don't know what it is. Like, you have to blow in that or it won't take it. Like, she needed to know this or something like that. And she's like, lady, I don't get down on my knees and blow for anybody. Like, just yells it.
That's awesome.
And she's like, fix your damn machine. And then she got all, like, upset about it and stormed out of Meijer. I hope she got her groceries. I don't know. But that was funny. Somebody from high school I don't know.
Trump shit right there.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I've had somebody do that to me at Meijer, though. I'm like, I got a coupon. I get all excited about using my coupon, and it won't take it. Like, I'm sitting there just sticking it.
I don't even.
And they're like, you got it. And the woman comes up and just like into it, and she's like, there you go. I said, cool.
That's like some old school Nintendo shit right there.
Like, you got to blow
bang on it and blow on it. And
blow
all
on
that.
the Meijer U-scan coupon acceptors and cash acceptors.
They just need to clean them out. That's really all. That's all it is. They're dirty. They just need to have somebody come through and periodically just clean them out.
There's like grime.
Because that's going to be what it is. It's going to be dust and oil from people's fingers. That's going to be
and all
on
the
the money.
Cocaine that's on the money too.
Right. Maybe a little bit.
PCP.
Exactly.
Is that powder? I don't know.
I don't know my drugs that well.
Neither do I.
So here's to being sober. Woo! That was so stupid.
I liked it.
So that happened. This last story that I have here, I did not send this to you. I actually just saw this.
God dang it.
Like this morning.
I'll scroll down. Let's see what
And the only reason I saved this is because this is actually another story that's a local to here.
Indian Creek High School.
Indian Creek High School. It's actually, oddly enough, down in Johnson County where the road stuff is happening. Now they're on opposite sides of the county, but still within.
Say that name for Indiana?
Trafalgar.
Isn't that the dinosaur in Strong Bad?
Trafalgar? What? Dinosaur?
Not dinosaur, dragon. Do you ever watch like Homestar Runner and Strong Bad?
No. I'm aware of what they are, but no.
Oh God.
But for local people, we also refer to it as Ragglefart.
Ragglefart?
Because if you look
Trafalgar?
at Trafalgar backwards, it's actually it's like Ragglefart. But people just say Ragglefart.
That's great.
So basically what happened is the headline, this is from Politicade.com. I don't know where this place is based out of, but I thought it was really interesting that they actually ended up hitting on a school so close to home. But basically a teacher was sent home after conducting a social experiment on the last day of school. And here's last day of school, and they send the teacher home. And what it was is he was a sociology teacher.
Oh, of course he was.
And he was basically trying to prove a point that the school dress code is
Sexist?
Extremely sexist and biased against the girls. So he said, if you guys want to do this, I don't know if he was giving them credit for doing it or not.
Some extra credit?
Maybe extra credit.
It's the end of the school year.
Yeah. But he said basically, come in. I want both guys and girls come in wearing tank tops, short sunglasses, all these little things that.
Wait, he wanted girls to intentionally break the.
Yes, he was telling boys and girls both to break the same rules.
Like the boys can put on the shorty shorts?
Or whatever. I don't know. Just like wear tank tops. Just like wear whatever's comfortable. Okay, boys who wore hats, cutoffs, and tank tops in violation of the dress code faced no consequences. Girls who violated the dress code were told their outfits were inappropriate and distracting. They were asked to cover up, go home to change, or have their parents bring them clothes to school.
Been an ongoing issue for years. Girls have been overwhelmingly singled out, reprimanded, and sent home for violating dress code.
I remember my senior year, they rewrote the dress code in our handbook to specifically state that girls had to wear a bra. Like, they had to put that verbiage in there. I'm like, isn't that
No, sometimes girls don't wear bras.
So, I don't know. But
I personally like mine strapped, buckled, locked in. But some girls are, like, real free with
whatever. That. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know why he would have done it last day of school. I mean, he proved a point.
Yes,
damn it, he proved a point.
All right.
And I agree. I think that a lot of these dress codes are bullshit. Like, you're there to learn. You're not there for a fashion show. Now, granted, if you're coming in and you're an extremely, like, for the sake of getting attention, revealing clothing.
This is touchy because I see girls. Well, I saw one in the dollar store the other day. I love dollar stores. She was just wearing a glorified sports bra as a shirt, and that was her shirt, and she just had some jeans on. She was acting like, I don't know, because I battle with my own like mindset because I like to think I'm pretty modest when it comes to dressing, and some of my dress code shit has stuck with me because when I went to high school, it was 2 fingers. You couldn't wear spaghetti straps because spaghetti straps were the shit back in the day. So it had to be 2 fingers wide, your tank top. Then if you're wearing shorts, you had the fingertip rule, which it was like, because I have like long legs, long arms. So it has to, and I think I might be, no, I'm not.
Visual. Oh, 2 fingers past. Oh, it can't be. It has to be past your fingers. I gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
It couldn't be shorter than when your fingertips came down.
Gotcha.
And if you've ever tried,
because this would be iffy. Because like technically you're covered, but it's like lacy, so I don't know what that counts. Yeah.
So I would say like the under like slippy thing, I'd have to go off of.
Right.
But it was like that for dresses, shorts. We didn't have too strict a one, and I could almost kind of understand it. I think I got reprimanded one time because try buying junior shorts that aren't like
right
up your ass crack. You
right.
just, I mean, try it.
I'll take your word for it. I'm not going to try it. Not really my style.
But I mean, I'd like to know what their dress code is. Is it that easy to break?
It sounds like it. I don't know, but and it's all about sexualization of minors, really. And I don't know. I look at it from the standpoint of a guy and trying to put myself into the really old guy's mindset. Is I almost wonder, there has to be some truth to this. Is I wonder if the people making the rules, of course the people making the rules are going to be the old men. They don't want to, I think, you know what, before I say it, I liken this to all the old men who have a... Did you just freaking screw it up?
I was trying to look up the Indian Creek dress code to see what it actually is, because I wanted to deem if it's like hard to follow. Thank you. Keep going.
Okay, so I think the people that have a hard time with girls' dress codes in high school and elementary schools and stuff like that are the same people that have a hard time with women breastfeeding in public. They don't want to get caught looking, so they're going to make a rule. They don't want to get in trouble for looking, so they're going to make a rule to keep.
As a lady, I don't want to turn the corner and make eye contact with some lady's nipples.
Right.
Just don't, really.
Right.
So... I don't know. Maybe it's because I was raised and conditioned this way, but I don't want to see your boobs.
Yeah.
What's this? This is that.
Yeah. That's probably it.
Policies.
She's really getting into this.
I want to know because I just watched something crazy on BuzzFeed. I love.
Yeah, just click on it. It's a new tab. You can click on it.
Is that
Just freaking click the link.
Don't screw with me right now, Chad.
Oh my God. You clicked on the basic schools website.
Right.
Go back and click on that other link.
They have resources.
OMG. You're killing me.
No, just you do it. You do it. I will talk.
God dang it. I'll go back then.
What is this? This is the most convoluted. Oh, they're the Braves, too. Like the Redskins.
Yeah. Sorry for people for all the dead air here, because I'm probably not going to edit much of that out.
No, don't do that. This is real. It's so real.
This is real and raw research happening.
I was curious because I don't think that article did its due diligence because they didn't list what the girls have to do. How am I to judge if it's unreasonable or not? Because I didn't consider mine.
This is some other outside.
Okay, I didn't consider.
They're like grading the school is what that other link was. So
I didn't consider my high school dress code unreal, like terrible. It was no midriffs too. Oh God, no midriffs. And midriffs. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they have the handbook. But the ones in the
South.
I don't know if they have their handbook on here or not.
They should.
Oh, you know what? I bet that was the link right there, and you got to sign in, username, password. Yeah, I don't have that stuff, so we're going to skip it.
Fine.
But anywho.
Well, okay, back to my BuzzFeed article. Okay. This, one of their staffers, a lady staffer, tried to follow for a whole week 7 different dress codes from all over. And surprise, the ones in the South were so restrictive. Because there was one where, and I don't know if my shirt would pass right now, you couldn't have like 3 fingers from your, like that was in there.
Like no longer than 3 fingers. So yeah, so they're like.
So V-necks are out. Anything like, any sweetheart necklines or boxy necklines out. Because you had to do like 3, or you have to wear a scarf every day to just cover it up.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen you rock some scarves before, though.
Scarves are good, but I wouldn't want to wear one every day.
And especially down south.
I know. That's what I thought.
That's ridiculous.
So she tried to follow them, and I was like, oh, this shit. Because I think sometimes they unduly act like, oh, I can't wear shorts up my ass. Like, oh, my God. So I think sometimes they're just like, well, you are kind of being a little bit promiscuous by showing all that skin. I'm sorry, that's the way society is. But some of them were honestly hard to follow.
Yeah, just because the clothes don't.
Because I've seen girls just around, at the dollar store, and I'm like, what in the fuck? Like,
yeah, like dressing like they're going to Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart dresses. The Walmart dress code is
it's very
the
lax.
worst of America.
Yeah.
So do I think people should be just kind of classy? Yes, call me old-fashioned. That's kind of not in line with my usual feminist rantings, but I do feel like girls sometimes take it too far. I do. Because guys aren't going around in those little Daisy Dukes. They won't, because guys, their thing is to cover up. So I don't know if you saw a guy wearing a tank top and you're like, oh man, dude, it's not doing the two finger. I mean, send his ass home too alongside everybody else.
Yeah, it should be equal.
I want the 80s style to come back where those tiny track shorts are in. So guys will just be, and they'll like, go home. Right. You're distracting the girls. Like, I would really love to see that.
These girls keep trying to look at your balls. You need to.
These girls are lining up.
Right. You need to pack that shit up and go. It's funny you said something because you mentioned the dollar store and Walmart and dress codes and stuff. And I remember, I by no means at all have the link to this. I just remember reading it. But it was an article written about a new Dollar General store opening up in some small town. And they interviewed this woman, like one of her comments on it. And she's like, I really like it because, you know, it's just such a relaxed atmosphere. I don't have to get all dressed up like I'm going to Walmart.
What? That's not real.
I don't know.
Remember that lady who looked like Ted Cruz she didn't know who Ted Cruz was? Yeah. And he was running for president at the time, literally plastered all over the news.
Yeah. There's some ignorant people out there,
though. Oh my God.
Anywho. I'm kind of running out of steam for stuff to talk about.
Oh,
that ties into this.
I could go on with dress codes for a while.
I mean, give it another 5 minutes if you want. I mean,
it's nuanced, but
I'm surprised that we've blown through this as quick as we have because we haven't recorded. I figured we're gonna be like running an hour and a half per show or something like that, and we're still under an hour right now.
Really?
So yeah, like we blew through it. I'm kind of surprised and proud of myself, really, that I kept it rolling.
Look how hardcore this site hates Bernie Sanders, though. Bernie Sanders has chosen the path of the sore loser. Bernie Sanders continues to ask supporters for donations despite no path to victory. Yeah. Did Bernie Sanders illegally use campaigns funds to take family to Italy?
I don't think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
So.
I don't know. They always say girls are being distracting, but sometimes they really are being distracting.
I could see some maybe doing it on purpose, but most of the time they're just basic clothes.
Do I think girls should, I mean, as a society, we agreed, yeah, we're going to clothe ourselves.
What do you think of, what do you think of schools having like mandatory, like uniforms and stuff like that?
I've seen, I've heard of like
elementary schools having that. Oh, I would have. Like they need to be able to express themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I know, I think my oldest daughter, I think in elementary school had something like that where they had to have like khaki pants and either khaki pants or skirt and then white.
Fresh out of high school, I had interviewed at the Joanne Fabrics, as my sister calls it, and they told me something like that, like I hate white t-shirts, hate them, I will not wear them, and they're like, oh, you have to wear like a white shirt and navy or khaki slacks every day.
Yeah.
And I had gotten the job and I was like, no, I'm not going to go in.
Yeah. Your guys' dress code breaks my dress code.
Yeah, like I am not wearing a white shirt. Like nobody can make me.
That's funny.
I hate white so much.
Yeah. So, all right. I think I'm going to call it done for now on this one. I think it's a good place to stop.
Yeah.
So
we have a
lot to talk about on the other stuff, and hopefully the pizzas that I ordered a while ago is downstairs, so I'm going to grab a bite to eat too in between. So I'm going to kick it out to the pre-recorded outros. We did mention at the beginning that I did actually create I barely mentioned at the beginning. I created a Facebook page for us. So if you are listening to this, you can go onto Facebook and search for like Chad and Amanda. I think it's just chadandamanda.tsa is actually what I did. No, I take that back. I did Chad and Amanda talk shit because it wouldn't let me.
No, you did.
But I did SHT.
You did chat because you did the like.
Well, I tried to do. I tried to do the exclamation point that we do in our logo,
but it wouldn't let
and it wouldn't let me take it. It wouldn't accept any symbols, so I just left it SHT.
Oh.
So it's Chad and Amanda Talk
Somewhere it's got
SHT.
the @ sign.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe I made that up in my head.
I don't know. We'll check later.
Okay, fine.
You can search for that. Search for us on Facebook for that. I sent a bunch of invites out to a bunch of people that I know. And I got quite a few of them back. I think we're just under 50 likes on that page right now. I think you need to do like a mass send out if you want to.
No, then people will know what I do in my free time.
Oh, okay. Well,
no, I'll do it.
It's like, fun for people to catch up, Get our numbers up. Come on.
I don't know. I've talked some shit about some people who could like be identified on this, I think.
I usually keep it pretty vague. I try to anyway.
I have some
unless
people
it's like
that would be like
the only people that like would really be identified, I think, would be like our immediate families.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Oh, okay.
I get Sarah calling me, chasing me down.
Kick your ass.
Yeah, she would kick my ass. Although I can tread water better than her because we had gone to like. We had passes at the university we went to. We had passes to like just hang out in the rec center, and she was like trying so hard to tread water, and I was just like, I can tread water for hours. I love it. And this pool is like 10 feet deep, and she's like, "What is the secret to this?" And I was like, "You have to calm down." And she looked at me. She's like, "Calmer than you are."
I'm calm.
Yeah.
I'll show you calm.
But she was quoting The Big Lebowski too, like. Calmer than you are. So it was hilarious.
I know you're talking about too.
Yeah. That scene.
I am calm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we'll kick it out to the pre-recorded outros. If you're watching on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up, leave some comments, let us know what you think. Listening to us on the podcast, please go give us 5 stars, leave a review. It will actually help promote us a little bit.
We'll settle for 4 stars.
We'll settle for 4, but 5 would be preferable because. Wait, did you just do 3? Oh, 4. I thought you were doing 3.
3.5.
Yeah.
3.5.
3.5 over. So, anyway, so guys, we will catch you later. Have a great one. Bye.
Bye.